Imagine stepping back in time over 543 million years ago to a world vastly different from our own. Towering mountains scraped the sky, vast deserts stretched as far as the eye could see, and strange creatures unlike any we know today ruled the seas. This was the Paleozoic Era, a period that lasted from 543 to 280 million years ago. It was a time when the Earth changed dramatically, not only shaping the course of life on the planet, but also laying the groundwork for the world we live in today. Now close your eyes and picture yourself standing on a rocky coastline. The waves crash against the shore, eroding the cliffs and carrying away bits of rock and shells from the creatures that once lived there. Over millions of years, these fragments have been carried out to sea and compressed into solid stone, creating layers of sedimentary rock that stretch as far as you can see. These rocks are older than the dinosaurs, holding secrets of the Earth and its inhabitants from a time before humans walked the planet. They are the silent witnesses to the epic transformation that took place during the Paleozoic Era. The word Paleozoic means ancient life, and it's fitting because this era holds the key to understanding the origins of many of the life forms we know today. During the Paleozoic, the Earth saw the emergence of the first complex animals, the explosion of life in the oceans, the conquest of land by plants and animals, and the beginning of the end for many early species. It was a time of incredible change, and the layers of rock from this era tell the story of these transformations. As we journey through the Paleozoic, we'll explore how these layers of rock were formed, and what they reveal about the Earth and its inhabitants during this critical period in our planet's history. We'll uncover the mysteries of the oldest fossils and learn about the events that shaped the Paleozoic world. The Paleozoic era is divided into several periods, each named after a defining characteristic of the life that existed at the time. The first period is the Cambrian, lasting from 541 to 485 million years ago. During this time, the Earth experienced a dramatic shift known as the Cambrian Explosion, where life forms suddenly diversified and evolved rapidly. The Cambrian was a time of great change, and the layers of rock from this period reflect this transition. For example, the Burgess Shale in Canada is famous for its incredibly well-preserved fossils from the Middle Cambrian. This site provides an unparalleled window into the Cambrian explosion, showcasing the incredible array of life that existed at the time. Fossils found here include the ancestors of modern-day arthropods, including some of the earliest known examples of these creatures. The Burgess Shale reveals the amazing diversity of life that existed during the Paleozoic and serves as a reminder of the incredible power of nature to adapt and evolve. The next period is the Ordovician, lasting from 485 to 443 million years ago. During this time, life continued to diversify and evolve. The Ordovician was a time of great ecological change, including the first mass extinction event, which may have been caused by a sudden climate change or an asteroid impact. Layers of rock from this period provide evidence of these changes, such as the presence of mass graves of marine organisms that lived in the Ordovician. These fossils tell a story of a world in flux, where life forms were constantly adapting to new conditions. Despite the challenges, life found a way to survive and thrive, setting the stage for the next period. The Silurian, lasting from 443 to 419 million years ago, was a time of great innovation. The first jawed fish appeared during this period, and the first land plants began to grow on Earth. This was a pivotal moment in the history of life, as the Silurian set the stage for the conquest of land by vertebrates and the diversification of plant life. Layers of rock from this period provide clues about these important transitions, such as the oldest known fossils of jawed fish. These discoveries help us understand how vertebrates adapted to life on land and eventually gave rise to the first amphibians. The Devonian, lasting from 419 to 359 million years ago, is considered a pivotal period in the history of life on Earth. It was during the Devonian that the first forests formed on land and the first tetrapods or four-footed vertebrates appeared. This was a time of great ecological change, and the layers of rock from the Devonian reflect this transition. For example, the Gogo Formation in Australia contains some of the oldest known fossils of tetrapods. These discoveries provide valuable insights into the origins of life on land and the adaptations that early tetrapods used to survive in terrestrial environments. Additionally, the Devonian saw the rise of the first sharks and the diversification of fish. Layers of rock from this period contain a wealth of information about the evolution of these creatures and their role in the marine ecosystem. Overall, the Devonian was a time of great innovation and change in the history of life, and the layers of rock from this period provide a rich source of information for understanding this important chapter in our planet's history. The Carboniferous, lasting from 359 to 299 million years ago, was a time of significant change and diversification in the history of life on Earth. The name Carboniferous comes from the Latin for coal, and this period is known for the formation of vast coal swamps that would eventually become coal deposits. During the Carboniferous, the first insects with wings appeared, along with the first true reptiles. The climate was warm and humid, which led to the formation of dense rainforests and the proliferation of plant life. This abundance of vegetation provided a habitat for a variety of insects, including the first winged species. These insects played a crucial role in the evolution of life on Earth as they facilitated the transfer of pollen between plants, leading to the development of flowering plants. The Carboniferous also saw the emergence of amphibians, which were the first vertebrates to live primarily on land. These creatures were well adapted to the humid environment of the period and were often quite large, growing up to several meters in length. The layers of rock from the Carboniferous provide a wealth of information about these developments, including some of the oldest known fossils of winged insects and amphibians. The study of these fossils has shed light on the adaptations that allowed these creatures to thrive in the unique environment of the Carboniferous and ultimately led to their success in subsequent periods. Finally, the Permian, lasting from 299 to 280 million years ago, was the last period of the Paleozoic Era. It was a time of great change and upheaval, marked by the largest mass extinction event in Earth history. At the beginning of the Permian, the supercontinent Pangaea formed, which led to a more arid climate and the formation of vast deserts. This change in climate had a profound impact on the distribution and diversity of life on Earth. Towards the end of the Permian, a series of volcanic eruptions released massive amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, leading to global warming and the formation of vast shallow seas. These changes in climate and geography led to the decline and extinction of many species, including the majority of marine invertebrates and around 70% of all species. However, the Permian also saw the emergence of new groups of animals, including the first true mammals and the ancestors of modern reptiles. Layers of rock from the Permian provide valuable insights into these developments, including some of the oldest known fossils of early mammals and reptiles. The study of these fossils has helped scientists better understand the adaptations that allowed these creatures to survive the mass extinction event and go on to dominate the Mesozoic era. The Paleozoic era was a time of tremendous change and innovation in the history of life on Earth. From the explosion of life in the Cambrian to the mass extinction at the end of the Permian, the Paleozoic saw the emergence of new species and the decline of others. The layers of rock from this era provide a window into this dynamic history, allowing us to learn about the creatures that lived during this critical period in our planet's history. As we continue to explore the Paleozoic, we can expect to uncover even more secrets about the origins of life on Earth and the forces that have shaped our planet.